Hello guys, and welcome to UFR, also known as Unofficial Front Row Racing. Last time out we were at Canada, this time out we are here at France. So should be an interesting race given it's a new track to the calendar. So as I said, last time out we were around Canada. It was an eventful race to sort out the Thursday league, because second, third and fourth were sorted out in a little incident on the exit to turn 2. Unfortunately, the third card involved there was Garfield, yeah, unfortunately I had nowhere to go and got caught up in it. So an eventful race all round, but right now I'm going to quickly fly through Thursday's results, standings and constructor standings, then I'm going to do Sundays, and then we will catch up with these guys here around France and see how they're getting on. 11 on track tonight, but yeah, let's fly through the results quickly. So Thursday's Premier League goes a little bit like this with the results from Canada. In first was Sun, second was Hayes, third was Garfield, fourth was MLT, fifth was Luke Smywalker, sixth was Uzi, seventh was Granty Boy, eighth was M. Doran reserving, but he was the first of the DNFs, with S. Graham following him as well. The rest did not start, so we got a couple more on grid tonight, but we'll see how that goes. So with the drivers' standings, it goes a little something like this, and it's Toro Rosso dominating away in both. Unfortunately, folks, someone's got to come along and stop them. But yeah, drivers' standings. Sun in first on 118 points, followed up by second Hayes on 83. Then in third is Kane Leander on 50 points. Then fourth is MLT on 48. In fifth is Uzi on 44 points. Sixth is Luke Smywalker on 35. Seventh is S. Graham on 26. Eighth is Granty Boy on 24. Ninth is Cork on 18, then 10th is RDB on 11. 11th is Reese W25, 11 on 8. Then it's MK2 Escort Madman on 6 points in 12th. Then in 13th is Ricky Sam on 5 points. Then in 14th is GT5 King on 4 points. Then it's no scorers for 15th, 16th and 17th, and that goes like this: Jamie James, GSB and Foos all still yet to score. And we have 3 open seats as it stands at the moment for the Thursday league. But moving on from that, we go to the constructors' standings, and as I said, Toro Rosso have got one hell of a lead here, but here we go. Toro Rosso in first with 201 points. Second is McLaren on 72. Third is Williams, 52. Ferrari is in fourth on 44. Is it? Yep, sorry, yeah. Ferrari in fourth on 44. Then we got Sauber on 40, with Haas on 39. Then following up Haas is Red Bull on 29. Then 8th, is Renault on 24. Force India on 18 in 9th, with Mercedes bringing up the rear on 17 in 10th. So that's the Thursday standings. A little bit of an update for the drivers. A bit worried that we've gotten a result. We had an update of the standings, so 4 drivers finished the Monaco race. Their points from that event will be added after this France event when the official results are released in tables, etc. So don't panic, guys. We haven't forgotten. Those crucial points will be added in the standings with a post of an update or in the comment section stating that we've done it, so don't panic, it's okay. Moving on to Sunday though, it was an eventful race. It's the first time we had seen rain in one of the Sunday events, so yeah, interesting race, but a good performance from a top man again. But the results go a little bit like this. In first was John Heaven Terry, second was Coming to Get You 85, third was Granny Boy, fourth was Hayes, fifth was Zizmister, sixth was Maxines, 7th was Luke Smywalker, 8th was Uzi, 9th was Sparky, and 10th was Garfield, first of the DNFs. And the DNFs went a little bit like this. As I said, Garfield 10th, LWD Kingpin in 11th, Me 12th, Geza 13th, and Strum 14th, with M. Doran 15th. They were all DNFs from Canada, so excuse me, it was an eventful race, guys. So it's a shame we didn't broadcast it. It would have been a good old laugh and giggles from what I saw from some of the drivers. But from that result, moving on to the drivers' standings, it goes like this. In first is Coming to Get You 85 on 86 points. In second is Ismister on 85. Then in third is Strum on 77. Fourth is M. Doran on 76. Fifth is John Heaven-Terry on 75. Then in sixth is Hayes on 52. In seventh is Luke Smywalker on 34. Then in eighth is Granty Boy on 31. Ninth is Maxines on 28. Then in 10th we have me on 22. 11th is Uzi on 14. 12th is Sparky on 12 points. Then in 13th we have Ricky Sam on 12 points. 14th is Farfba on 10 points. Then in 15th is LW Kingping on 8 points. 16th is Garfield on 6 points. Then 17th is Ahardani on 4 points. And from them is Geza bringing up the rear with 1 point, and in 18th there, so we do have 2 open seats in the Sunday League. Moving on to constructors, it's getting a little bit interesting. There's a few teams swapped about, but it goes a little bit like this. Sauber have got a lead of 106, well, they're on 161 points, but back to Haas on 148 points. They've only got a lead of about 13 now, so it's getting a bit tight at the top. Then in third is Renault on 102. Fourth is Red Bull on 89. In fifth, is Williams on 52. Then in sixth is Toro Rosso on 47. Mercedes in sixth on 36. And then Ferrari in eighth now on 28, with McLaren on 26 in ninth, and Force India on 14 points in last. So that brings everything up together with results and whatnot. So yeah, we have got 2 open seats on the Sunday. So if you're interested, drop us a message at an official Front Row Racing on Facebook, and we'll see if we can get you into the racing as soon as possible, even as early as the next summer Cumberland event. So yep, with that, 3 seats open on the Thursday, but now we shall see what is going on with qualifying. Anyone else on a hot lap will bring up some information now. But the 2 Toro Rossos at the moment leading away, so excuse me, we'll see if that continues here in France this evening. Excuse me, guys. Interestingly enough, is he qualifying that? We're just jumping aboard with Luke Smywalker, who's on a set of soft compound tyres, and I'm just wondering, is he just trying to settle in because he's a little bit off the pace, coming up to sector 2? No. Yeah, no, he's back completely off, nearly 5 seconds off, so we'll go and have a hunt for somebody else. What's Uzi doing out on track? Is this... It should be his flying lap, so we'll stick on board and see what Uzi can do around here, around France this evening. Flying down the back straight, it's annoying, it's got a little bus stop chicane. Oh, is Uzi backed off, or is he still going? I don't know. He may have backed off of this one, guys, as soon as I jumped on board with him. But yeah, this is a Mickey Mouse chicane down that long straight, which a bit annoys me in the one and only practice session I've had, but we'll see how it goes. M. Doran in reserve tonight. He's just gone and popped himself up into second now on a set of ultra soft tyres, so yeah, this could be an interesting race for the drivers. As I said, it's new. It's a new track to the calendar. I don't know how much these guys have gone about their practice in the build up to this event, so yeah, we'll see how they get on. I mean, rumour has it he might be on track now. Let's have a look. See, no, he's in the pit, so just saw him allowing a Granny Boy. Was it Granny Boy flying? Yeah. One driver in here this evening, RDB. He hasn't been around for a couple of races and whatnot, but rumour has it, and I remember him saying a comment that he started to love France in the build-up when the game came out. So let's see if that progress has continued and see how he gets on here tonight with him back on track. But just trying to find a driver who's actually on a lap. S. Graham might be, but we might have missed the first round of goes there, guys. Actually, we haven't. I know someone who is just come out is Hayes, so we'll stay on board with Hayes and see how he gets on to taking the fight to his teammate. Possibly get 3 runs in here. He's been out for 1 already on a set of ultra softs. Coming out a second time now, about 9 minutes ago, so we should be able to squeeze in a final run if we can. But we'll see how that happens and pans out. But here we go. He's coming up to start his flying lap now, coming down into turns 1 and 2, which I think are a bit tricky because it's a bit off camber and up and down and all that. So see how Hayes handles them. Whoa, real wide there on the exit curb. Actually finds when you go that far out you lose time, and it invalidates your lap time, because I think Hayes is backed off now. But it actually costs you time, so I think Codemaster's got that one a bit wrong, but I understand with if you guys haven't played this game or just looking to tune in, the track limits on this track when this game come out were non-existent. People were really taking a mick out of time trial, so yeah, all good times then, but good old Codemasters might get it right one day. But I believe Hayes has backed off. If he hasn't, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked, but we'll see what he does coming up to the end of sector 2 now. It's not looking flat out, but it looks like he's giving it some, so nah, it sounds like he's backed off. So yeah, we'll look back at his teammate now, who we've just caught the start of the lap of now. This is Sun, championship leader, in dominant form at the moment, but we'll see how he gets on around France tonight. This car's looking very, very nice and steady on a train on track through turn 1 and 2 there. Coming into 3, nice, holding a tight line, really hugging the inside of the curb there. Little flick in, try and get on the power as early as possible with a quick lift to the flicker to the right and back flat out now as you come down the back straight. It's fairly long, but as I said earlier, this Mickey Mouse chicane up here really spoils it, because you could have some frantic moves going on down towards the end of this straight. But heavy braking zone now, throw it into the left, take as much curb as you can, guiding it round to the right, just skimming the curb. He's hammering the curb on the outside there on the exit. But we'll see how sector 2's looking. It's a 24.8. I haven't got a comparison, so it looks like we'll be seeing what he can do as we go across the line. This final, it's a bit of a tricky sector because it is carry as much speed as possible, as sensible as possible, making sure you hit the late apexes. Come around the right hand of there. It's got to do the same with the left. Sweep in as late as possible, just touching the apex, then plant the throttle, taking as little curb as possible there because it can slow you down. This corner's a bit tricky. You throw it in, miss the apex completely, and bring it all back at the end to flick it into the final corner. He's not touching any of the curbs there, but we'll see how he has done coming up to line 28. It's a 29.7. It's an improvement by 1.5 tenths there by Sun, so not too shabby, putting his foot down, and that's a lead of 1.5 seconds back to Endurance. So Sun's really got his bits and bobs together here this evening and really taking the fight and not letting up at all. But Granty Boy now on an outlap. We'll have a look to see. We've got Luke Smywalker flying down to the Mickey Mouse chicane, as I call it. We'll see how he's doing through sector 2. This is a lap he is pushing on. He's on a set of super soft compound tyres. MLT has retired down in 10th, so may have gone for his one and only lap because he did have a penalty. But yeah, Luke Smywalker is a 26.5 there, I believe, so he's a bit off the pace of some, but he is on super soft tyres. On the telemetry level, it's telling me soft, so great stuff. Still got the little glitch there, Cody, so crack on. But yeah, Luke Smywalker looking to come up and finish his lap. Would have thought he's really want to get an out of 8th and maybe challenging for a top 5 on the grid. He is a driver that's improved as he's gone throughout the season, so probably really looking to capitalise on his form, but missing the apex there massively. That's going to compromise his lap hugely. Is it an improvement? It is by 1.5 seconds, and he does put himself into 5th place there. So who else have we got on our lap? Here's Granty Boy starting his no DRS open, so he may have just completed it. We don't know, but Sun is now back out on track. S. Graham still in the pits. MK2 Escort man. Haven't seen much of him. He's been away for a couple of races, so we'll stick on board and see how his lap unfolds, because it's rounds the penultimate few corners really, coming up to the penultimate corner now, should I say. Yeah, this corner really catches me out when I first went on this track. You've really got to force the car in as much as possible and bring it back as late as possible. So yeah, I'm not enjoying this track myself, but it suits each and every people differently. But he's just done a 1:36.8 there. I don't know if that was his push lap, but DRS open there, going down into turns 1 and 2. We'll see how he does through sector 2. Not using hardly any of the track there on the exit. Don't know if he felt he was a bit impeded there by the Mercedes, but we may hear his thoughts later on after the race. But yeah, come around to this little tight, just nickel in, pick up the throttle as early as you can. We're running a bit wide there, but yeah, these curbs here at France really do hinder you actually, so it's an interesting track and we'll see how drivers get on, and it does penalise you when you run over track limits, so the race could be interesting. But Escort Madman, he looks to be on a hot lap, probably not looking like the quickest of them all. He has been away for a couple of weeks, work commitments and all that, but we're coming to the end of Sector 2 now. We'll see if he's up, down or giving up on it just about now. He's 2/10 off, so he's still giving it some on the ultra softs. I do not know why. I would be really probably wanting to make that an in lap and possibly get another lap in. I believe that was Hayes in the background there of Granty Boy. Granty Boy, I presume this is his out lap. Surely it's not his flying lap. If it is, he's miles off the pace there. But Hayes, on his out lap, really pushing the limits there of what his car can do, and near enough shouldn't be doing there, but we'll see how he goes. A lot of drivers in the pits. We got Ricky Sam. Where are you on track? Coming around the final couple of corners, so what I'm going to actually do now is stick you on board with Ricky Sam and let him take you around a lap of France if he doesn't come into the bits. Yeah, so enjoy the gap, guys. I will be back in about a minute and a half. So here we are on board with Ricky Sam. He's coming down the long back straight, just around about 100 board. You want to be aiming, slamming them on. Looking interesting. I don't know if Ricky Sam's completely on this lap or whatnot, but he may have just backed off there as I've said it. Yeah, I believe so. Not fully on it there. So let's have a... We'll jump on board with M. Doran now and see what he is doing. He may just be lining it up, and if so, we will go on board and see what M. Doran has got around France. Nice traction there at the final corner. DRS open down the pit straight, and we are flying down to turns 1 and 2 now. M. Doran currently half a second off pole. Let's see what he's got on this lap. Braking around the 75 metre there. Missing the apex of 2. He will not be liking that lap straight off the bat, but we'll see what he's got as we come down to the end of Sector 1 shortly. Throwing it in, catching enough curb. This, ooh, not good there. Ballast maybe too far back or set up or whatnot, but that might be lap over for M. Doran. So let's jump off board now. Who else we got on the lap? We got Hayes, the teammate of Son, who is currently on pole. Coming around the final couple of corners now. Let's see if he's got any improvements in his locker. It's looking quite tidy. Up to the line we go now. It's just off, so 700's off there, not looking too good. Pardon me, maybe going on for a second lap there. Who else we got? S. Graham coming around the final corner now. Not looking too great on this lap, no DRS, but up to the line we go. It is an improvement, so interesting. There he is on the super softs, I believe. It's purple on the screen, super softs on the telemetry, so this might be his flying lap coming up now, so we'll see how that unfolds a bit later. Looking at Granty Boy, he seems to be backing out of his lap. Who have we got now? Is this Hayes? Has he backed off? No DRS open. M. Doran made the mistake. Son, does he really have to improve? Don't think so. I think everyone else has given it up now, but I'm pretty sure he's a man that will complete the Renault, getting well out of the way there. Nice to see. Really letting the car guide up, really trying to get the throttle down as early as possible. Flicks it in, down the long back straight we go now. DRS open, hilling speeds of about 208, 210 miles an hour, maybe more. Well, Son's hitting 212, so he's really got a slippery car down the straights there, low downforce and whatnot. Flicking it out of the Mickey Mouse chicane there, and it's all about planting the throttle and just guiding it nicely round this right-hander now. It's completely flat out, 24.8 there again. Don't know if it's an improvement. I haven't got the telemetry there, but it's looking a lot cleaner and a lot tidier than his lap before. Swooping into the apex nicely there, then letting the car run out wide. Coming into the final 3 or 4 corners now. It's really tucking the car in nicely there. Not taking too much of the exit curve there. That will help him with his traction. coming down into the penultimate corner, hooking up the curve real nicely there, really staying tucked in compared to other drivers, but missing the apex of the final corner, and he may have just backed out of that. I believe he has. He's retired, so no, Granty Boy's in. S. Graham not improving, and I believe that is it. That is qualifying over. So I thought there may have been a bit of a dramatic ending there, but the interesting battle for me is Luke Smywalker in 5th, S. Graham in 6th, and Uzi in 7th. You got Luke Smy on the Super Softs, S. Graham on the Ultras, Uzi on the Supers, and they are not even separate. Oh, just over half a tenth there they're separated from, so it might be a little battle to keep an eye on. But yeah, it could be an interesting race. We don't know if there's rain coming. Drivers may have changed their setups. We don't get that information, unfortunately. So yeah, it will be interesting. So I will give you a rundown of the grid shortly once it pops up. But the title compounds here this evening for the drivers is the Ultra Soft, Super Soft, and the Soft compound tyres. Ultra Softs being the softest, and the Softs yellow marks being the hardest. So this is the grid for the front race this evening. In pole with a 129.7 is Sun, second is Emdoran, third Hayes, fourth is Granty Boy, fifth Luke Smywalker, sixth is S. Graham, seventh is Uzi, eighth is Ricky Sam, ninth is MK2 Escort Madman, 10th is MLT, and 11th is RDB. And driver maybe we want to keep an eye on is the likes of MLT. He did have to serve a one lap qualifying van for an instant back in Canada last week, and he's done that, so maybe one to watch out coming through the grid, because if there's one thing we've noticed about this guy is when he's around cars there's nothing but fireworks, in the good, the bad and the ugly. But no, most of the time it's good, but it can get interesting, let's say. So one to watch out for. RDB at the back, interesting. I don't know if that's a strategy call or just didn't have time to get a qualifying lap in. Either that or feeling very, very confident. But two drivers at the back to watch out for. Maybe have another battle on here. We'll see what Sun's feeling like in Emdoran. Emdoran obviously reserving for tonight's event, so he's probably taking this just as a little bit of a practice session. So yeah, but you never know what's going to happen. Qualifying is one thing and the race is another. So drivers just making final adjustments now. Fuel strategy, maybe adjusting the brakes a little, or on throttle, maybe even their front wing. But yeah, we've got a formation lap, so we just get all the information up of what you guys like to see. Start of the race, we're going to have the position change to see what happens there, and then we'll see how things go. But let's jump to, there's RDB at the back on a set of Super Soft compounds, I believe, and that is the McLaren of MLT on a set of Super Soft compounds. So we'll see how that goes. Strategy, we've got to, let's just have a quick look at tyres fitted. Which one? Sorry, this one. Yeah. Yeah, as we can see, you got first to fourth all on Ultra Soft compound tyres. They qualified on them, so it'll be interesting to see how far they go in the sun. I don't know where you were going there, but yep. Then in fifth is Luke Smywalker, as I said, on a set of Super Softs. S. Graham on a set of Ultras in sixth. Uzi, one to watch out for. As long as the race pans out alright, it can go well. He's fantastic drive. It goes bad, it goes completely horrible. One to keep an eye on though. But he's on a set of Super Soft compounds there in seventh. It seemed Luke Smywalker's been sent to the grid, been a bit of a naughty boy there. But yeah, in eighth we've got Ricky Sam on a set of Ultras. Then ninth, MK2 Escort Madman on a set of Ultras. But the two at the back on a set of Super Softs, that's MLT and RDB again, as I stated at the start of the formation now. So it's going to be an interesting race. It depends on what Emdoran wants to take to Sun at the moment, unless Hayes has got a strategy plan that's going to surprise his teammate. Son's taken the pole. Is he going to make the double again? We shall see. But round in the final corner now. Tricky track. I don't know much about it. I haven't had much practice, so I believe the one stop is doable from a set of Ultras to Softs. It's tight, but it's doable. I reckon Son will go for his usual two stop. The one stop from Super Softs to Softs is definitely on, so as this race unfolds, I believe we're going to get excuse me, interesting strategy calls, and it'll be about the man that can look after their tyres here at the front. So there we go, 5 lights in a second, 5 lights, and they are out. We've got that delayed start again, so give them a second and they will get motoring, and there they go. Sun getting a fantastic start there, but Emdorn getting an absolute beauty around the outside as they fly down to the round. Turn 1. Is Sun's teammate going to make a move? No. Is Emdorn going to hold it? He is. He's going to keep it there. This is going to force Sun out wide. No, keeping it there nice and steady, not giving an inch of room there, but nice bit of driving just behind them. We got Hayes and Uzi. Uzi's make an absolute stormer again, guys. I believe he was in 8th. Let's just... No, was it... Yeah, he was in 8th. He is up already. No, 7th, sorry. He's up already anyway. Flying along. One to keep an eye on. And then we've got up at the front, it's all steady. I believe there's S. Graham coming under pressure from Grantley Boy in the background. No moves going off at the front end. No, nothing there. Is Grantley Boy going to make this stick? Tucks back in and thinks better of it. I'll fight another day. But RDB from the back, following Uzi's footsteps. He's up 3 as well, and he was from the back. So a little bit of work for him to do there this evening. Up at the front though, Emdorn is managing to hold on to the back of Sun now. Championship leader won't be liking this pressure. He's used to having everything his own way, and Emdorn coming along saying, I'll take the fight here while I am here. But Hayes holding on slightly there, doesn't want to drop off too much more because DRS will be coming into play. Emdorn there just losing a bit of time, so setup seemed very, very interesting. 1 minute they're catching, 1 minute they're losing, so high aero, low aero and balanced, well, medium probably goes well. But Hayes, is he just about to have a look at Emdorn down into turn 1 as opening lap? Fastest lap is a 1:37.6 by Sun out in the lead. Hayes not even daring. Is that a move by the Renault? It is in the background, or he was defending. That's S. Graham, may have just cut the corner there. Is that going to allow the McLaren to run around the outside? Not quite. S. Graham holding on to that nicely. Always switch back. Now is he going to go around the outside? He's switching back again. Nice little onboard shot of that actually happened from the driver's perspective there. But surely now we're on lap 2, still no DRS. There's a Ferrari. The Ferrari's gone wandering around there. We'll jump on board and have a look at that shortly. But the McLaren looking like he's going to make a move, but Emdorn has dropped massively off the pace there. But anyway, McLaren's sticking to the racing line because the Renault's gone off and covered the inside. Is he going to be able to make this all the way around the outside? Lovely little move there by Grantley Boy, puts himself up into 6th place. S. Graham down, just holding on to it. RDB's picked up a time penalty already. That is not good. There we go. Ferrari, is he losing out to Luke Smywalker? Around the outside goes Luke Smywalker. Fantastic drive. Where's the Ferrari gone? Oh, excuse me. I hope there wasn't any contact there. Ferrari seems to have all of its front wing in place, but Luke Smywalker, wow, this is impressive. I wasn't expecting this type of driving from him, if I'm honest. Driven with him for a couple of seasons and he's really up in his game now. But Uzi now is under some serious pressure from Grantley Boy, and we know Grantley Boy's not messing around today. He's trying to get up there as fast as possible. Uzi's done the jump already. Grantley Boy now got the inside. Is Uzi... No, I thought Uzi might be coming into pit, so there is no damage. McLaren flicking around really aggressively there, picking aside. He's entitled to do it. Renault's closing in on them as well. Uzi holding it nicely around the outside, but the McLaren's got the switch back, and there it is. And it's all kicking off, and RDB has clung onto the back of this little train now, so DRS is enabled. Uzi must have some handling problems there. He looks like he's got a ton of understeer. Not looking very comfortable in there at all. The McLaren driver's probably actually got out of DRS range there. Up at the front, guys, just for your information though, Sun has got a 2.3 second lead over Emdorn. Hayes is 3.6 seconds off the lead, and the gaps as we come away quite spread up to this point. And is that RDB? Yep, RDB not hanging around. This man knows how to get straight line speed out of his car, and he might have a run at Uzi here. He's excuse me, not messing about. Is he going to throw one up the inside here? Is he going to hold it out? Emdorn's out already. I don't know what's happening. There, he's in the wall. Oh my days, Emdorn in the wall. RDB, what a move. What a move there, Sunshine. Caught Uzi napping. But it's Uzi does not look comfortable in his car, but take nothing away. RDB taking his chances. bit optimistic there, but made it work and stick. So RDB from the back of the grid up 6 now into 5th place. 12 seconds off the lead. Pace wise, we'll see how it goes and see what Sun does. But Hayes is already in the pits. Hayes, does he have wing damage? This will put RDB up into 3rd. There's some drivers are pitting. No, this is scheduled. This, just looking at the gaps, RDB 12.4 off the leader, and Sun is on a set of ultra soft tyres. How far do they go? I do not know, but it's all kicked off down in the pits, so we're waiting for him to emerge at the moment. Hayes, first guy to go, is emerged in 5th, 27.8 seconds off the lead, so I don't think he was that far behind when they pitted, so this puts RDB in prime position if he is on the one stop. What's Luke Smywalker doing? Let's just grab the tyres up here a second. Luke Smywalker is on a set of super softs as well, so depending on what these guys are planning to do on a set of ultra softs, but I don't know, it seems Hayes has gone to a set of supers from the ultra, so it says to me he's in a stone cold 2-stop strategy there. There's no getting out of it. It depends what Sun will do up at the front, but RDB not losing too much time on Sun. So is Luke Smywalker, has he played an ace? Has he kept an ace up his sleeve again? Because if he pulls this off, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked. Long way to go, we're only on lap 4, but Monaco, he done the same, so keep an eye on him. He might be just pulling little bits and bobs out, but it don't look like Sun has gone for the pits. We'll see how things go. We are on lap 5 now, and yeah, but the other stoppers in there were Uzi and MLT, and it would seem they've gone from their tyres before to a set of softs. Now I don't believe you can get a set of softs that far. I could be wrong. I thought maybe 20 laps, because I know France is a track that's very, very kind to its tyres and not really damaging them and whatnot, especially with the rears retraction, but that's a long way to go no matter how kind the circuit is to your tyres. But you never know, what works for them may not work for another. But Sun, I believe this may be an in-lap now, because he is really planting the throttle to the floor and trying to pull open a gap. He's pulled out about a second on Luke Smywalker and RDB so far, so looking quite steady and comfortable out there. RDB, you can just see in the distance there behind Luke Smywalker, the gap between these two, it's around about the 4.5-5 second mark, so this could be an interesting battle as it goes. But Ricky Sammy, I didn't notice that one. A little bit of a shout out to you. He's ahead of Hayes. He's probably just about to lose the position to Hayes. Hayes being on fresher super soft tyres, but finds himself up into 4th place there, so nice going, fair play to you, keep it up fella, because there's a bit of a gap to Granty Boy down in 6th with 8 seconds, so being interesting to see how you get on. Sun, what's he doing? Pit lane, yeah, he's in the pits now, a little bit naughty, he did cross the white line. We'll see what the stewards figured out if a driver reports it, but here comes Luke Smywalker. End of lap 5, started lap 6, he's just about to take the lead. The guy's finding himself up here quite a bit lately, so fair play to him, keep it going. Sun now looking like he's going to come out the pits. Hayes just coming around the final corner now. Where is the pit lane exit? There it is. Sun looking like he's going to have a nice gap. There you go, Toros in the background, very, very comfortable. Oof. He's on a lot of the track there, but fair enough. Hayes, so the gap now between these two is around and about 4 seconds, but Sun's now really going to have to get those tyres up to temperature, and he's on a set of super soft, so I believe he's put himself in the same position. The car's behind him. It's got to be a 2-stop. So the guys to watch out for, even if they pick up podiums this race, RDB starts at the back, takes second, lap 6. He'd be saying I'll have some of that, and he's a very difficult man to overtake when he's in that type of mood. And if he's in that mood today, the likes of Sun, Hayes, Granty Boy and Uzi behind are going to have their work cut out. But then up the road from RDB is Luke Smywalker. As I said, it's looking like he's got his car nicely hooked up there, not really losing too much time either, and I'd give it another 6 laps. I don't know, another 5-6 laps, he'd probably be on a pits for a set of softs and going all the way to the end, so This race is far from over. It might have a bit of a dull start, folks, but this is all going to kick off at the end, because I can guarantee RDB and Luke Smywalker one stoppers, the rest on two stops. So when these guys meet with their strategy, it's all going to kick off then. But Sun is starting to make inroads into these two up in front. He's taken about 7/10 out of the lead of Luke Smywalker. RDB it may be taking out a little bit more time, but MK2 Escort Madman picking up, I believe, his second time penalty of the event this evening. So obviously may not got too much practice in. He has been away, work commitments, etc. So good to have him back on track. But it's a shame about the penalties. But yeah, a little bit of an update then. Just on the order as it unfolds now, because I believe everyone has stopped. Bar. Sorry, let's get these stops up. Yeah, everyone has stopped behind bar the two out in front, and that's Luke Smywalker leading and RDB in second. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. RDB may have just made a mistake there. The Super's starting to go, and he did start on a brand new set, but Sun's catching him at the wrong place. RDB is a difficult man to overtake, and this is not a place you want to catch a car, because if they can hold it together, you're stuck following in that turbulent air when they hook. There he goes, hooks it in. Not a lot you can do, probably have to wait for the pit straight, but this is the fight for second on the track at the moment. As you can see, the two different lines. Sun getting an absolute awesome exit there. What's RDB going to do? Is he going to defend? He does defend. RDB's in the mood to go racing, guys. He's covering him off left, right, centre. Great stuff there. Is he going to be able to cover him off down the pit straight? RDB losing the rear. I thought he was coming in the pits then. He's not even bothering. I believe the rears have just given up a little bit too much there, but we are on lap 8 now at the start of it with these two. And Hayes, you just saw in the background there, who's about 6 seconds off the back of RDB. So RDB could be a key player in the podiums today, but as I said, folks, we'll have to see how that unfolds, because we've got a yellow flag. Have we got someone off? We've got a slow moving Renault. Sounds like engine problems there, guys, but not looking too great. We shall let MK2 Escort Madman be. Maybe a retirement coming up shortly, but this man in the lead impressed me the most. Most improved driver so far. Luke Smywalker out in the lead, and he's got a lead of 6.7 seconds, and it's lap 8, guys, so as long as the leader don't catch him before the pit stops, and he's got a little bit of a cushion, it could be interesting, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, RDB dropping off the back of Sun now. If he's not careful in the next lap, maybe lap and a half, he will be Hayes' prey, but we'll see how that goes. But MK2 Escort Madman picking up a massive time penalty there. We're just going to jump on board with him here and see what's going on. That was a big penalty to pick up. I wasn't liking that too much. Comes back over and into the Red Bull's path, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Another 10-second time penalty. He's picking up the pace now, so yeah, I don't know what's going on. May want to pick up the pace or retire. Don't know. So yeah, we'll let MK2 Escort Madman be for a minute, and we'll see what's going up, because up in the lead, Sun is now 3.6 seconds behind Luke Smywalker. So the strategy in the long run is going to pay off for Luke Smywalker here today, but for the win, the two stops looking like the quicker route to go. Other than that, RDB looking like he's coming under pressure from the second Toro Rosso now, just outside the DRS range there. Yeah, that would be Hayes, who's trying to take the fight to his teammate here, but not having much luck this season. RDB, whoa, nice little save there. Caught that nicely. I think no super sauce, maybe just screaming they've had enough. I know RDB likes his straight line speed, so I think he may have just gone a little bit too low here today. This move's got to be element. He's flying up to the back of RDB there. The tyres are gone. You can... Whoa, 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 and around she goes. I believe that's time to pit. damage limitation, because Granty Boy is there now. Those tyres are going to be red hot. You can see. Just take your time, RD. Take your time, get it in, get a fresh set of boots on now, and go from there. Don't push too hard, because that's one thing I will say about F1 2018. Once those tyres go and you've lit them up, they take ages to get back into the temperature zone, if you can get them there. I've had times where I haven't. RDB speeding in the pit lane, 5-second time penalty. That is not good. But Luke Smywalker, fantastic job. We're on lap 10. I believe Sun is now in DRS range. We'll see if he can get the move done. I don't know how much. I believe, yeah, MK2 Escort Madman has been disqualified. Now that is interesting, and that might be something we might be looking into to see how that happened. But here we go, it's the fight for the lead. We've got Sun taking on Luke Smywalker down the inside. Luke Smywalker not even fighting that. I believe if he picks up second, hey, whoa, Smywalker, where have you gone? Oh no, what? Oh, days, mate, I am so sorry for you there. Oh my days, all you had to do was just hold it together. You had a solid second place. Oh my days. Maybe a little bit of a commentator's curse there, but that and RDB's moment is what was going to be spiced up may not be spiced up at all now, as everybody goes pouring past. But just before that, Luke Smywalker had around 14-15 seconds back to this man Hayes in second place, and he's just thrown it away. Oh, I feel gutted for him, but as I said, he's improving every single race, so you've got to take your hat off to him as well, giving it a go. But yeah, we did start with 11, we are now down to 7, and well, that's all kicked off. We'll take you through the order quickly on board. So out of the lead is Sun, with quite a commanding lead of 16.1 seconds. In second place is Hayes. Third is Granty Boy, quietly going about his business and getting the job done. Fourth is Uzi, still toddling along, doing what he needs to do. Could be an interesting battle between the midfield, but depends on how these tyres go. In fifth, MLT, a man that started down in 10th place, doing a nice little job as a comeback drive. DNFs may have helped him, but we don't know. But yeah, quietly gone about his business and still got the car on the track. Then in sixth place is RDB, a man that's probably whoa, it's going again, so it could be quite possibly just made a setup change or whatnot, and really not feeling comfortable now. But it's all gone a bit wrong, but we'll see how it goes, because he's still in the race, and with guys ahead of him, RDB could find himself around about Granty Boy when the pit stops actually happen. So yeah, battle's still to commence for RDB, as long as he can keep it all together. But he's down in 6th place. And Ricky Sammy, he's normally a guy that toddles around, gets the job done, brings home points when he can, and a day like today, again, he's just got to bring it home safely, and he's in 7th. So he's a guy picking up the points that probably didn't even think he'd have as many as he has now, but fair play to him, just got to keep on going. So back up the front, it's Hayes out in the lead. I don't know, looking at it, depends what Uzi does with strategy. Second and third might still be up to grabs, because he's only 13 seconds off Hayes in second. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't see these guys being able to drag these tyres as far, so I believe the only guy still on the one-stop strategy would be RDB, down in 6th place. So yeah, it's probably going to kick off in the middle a little bit when Uzi and MLT pit, depending on how RDB gets on, and then from that I think the front three are quite set unless something goes drastically wrong. But as we've seen, somebody I didn't think would lose it on the exit of this corner, M. Doran, woof, gone. Somebody else I didn't think would lose it there, Luke Smywalker, sorry, woof, gone. So when you get it wrong there and you got the car slightly around, or a slide comes in and kicks out, it just goes on you. RDB really racking up the time penalties here. Well, a few drivers are now actually. That's RDB and Ricky Sammy just picking up 3-second time penalty. Really high gear there. Sun keeping the car in 3rd gear, so either really looking after the tyres and taking his time, or yeah, that was just an interesting call. I normally drop down one further than that, that's for sure. But yeah, comfortable little race for him now. He's got 19.4 seconds over his teammates, so it's turning into a very dominant championship from this guy. He's sort of got one hand on it already, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes throughout the season. Now it's just do what you need to do, a bit of a professor. But now I can see him going for everything he can. But yeah, battles that may commence. Well, it's Uzi in between the two McLarens. He's got one McLaren just up the road, one McLaren just behind him. So I believe the three out in front are set, but it's this battle here I'm interested in. It can swing either way. I mean, one little slip on these curbs, it's you're gone. It might be, as you can see, they've just got the jagged edges now. So yeah, you know, stick massive curbs around corners all you want. Those are the type of curbs you want around apexes and exit of corners, because they're the ones that can really make the car kick out there. As Luke Smywalker now has, I've just watched him walk past the commentary box now, helmet being thrown into the pit garage, and he's, nope, I'm going. He's yeah, out the back now, and he's going home. He's not sticking around. No press conference for him. So yeah, but this is the battle I think that will kick off. MLT now starting to actually close in on Uzi a little bit, and he is on 2 lap older tyres in the soft compound. So yeah, interesting. RDB, as you can see, is on a set of soft compounds now. He's only 15 seconds behind this man, so RDB is on for the one stop. That's one thing I can assure you, unless, as I said, something goes wrong, and it seems to be going wrong every time I say it about a driver. But hopefully not. Yeah, McLaren driver up there, that's Granty boy. Uzi now starting to eat into his lead, so yeah, this sort of MLT's putting the pressure on Uzi. Uzi's responding and putting the pressure on Granty boy. But Uzi's in now. Uzi is in. Lucky he didn't get any damage from that. He's gone for another set of soft compound tyres, and that's going to release both, well, the McLaren of MLT and Granty boy up ahead with not as much pressure. So, but where's RDB? There's RDB. That's the driver I was telling you about. Uzi now, new set of soft compound tyres, not even at the exit yet. Boy, that's a long old pit lane, isn't it? What's that? That's a massive loss of time. So around 25 seconds. But RDB, he's got a lead over Uzi of around 9, yeah, about 9 seconds now. So that's the gap you want to watch coming down, and how much will RDB want to keep hold of 5th, which I think is soon to be 3rd place actually, because if he can keep this pace going to Granty boy, he's only, what's that, 17 seconds behind Granty boy. So RDB's, well, little moment, shall we call it, it still can be rescued, depends on how much he wants it. So yeah, but the McLarens up ahead, I'm interested to know who's going to go first, because they're both due a pit stop any lap now. You've got Granty boy on 10 lap old super softs now, you've got MLT on 12 lap old soft compounds now, and you got Uzi that's about 26 seconds behind Granty boy. I don't know what the pit lane loss is, but I reckon it's about 25 seconds, and yeah, it's coming down. Granty boy does not pit, MLT does not pit, so what are they going for? You've still got RDB flying around on his softs. He's going to be the man that's going to be the cork in the bottle for him. He's going to be an absolute nightmare now. Uzi will be the first guy to catch him. The soft's not really lighting it up though, but I did say the gap from Uzi to Granty boy was 26 seconds. It ain't anymore. It's around about 24 seconds, guys. So I believe Uzi has now got the jump on Granty boy here. So you're going to have 2 McLarens coming back at a Red Bull and a Ferrari at, well, sheer rocket speed here. It depends, they may go for a set of I don't know. Yeah, I think Granty boy can get away with another set of super softs. It might be his plan, but MLT, he might be able to stretch his tyres out for super softs. But yeah, the problem for these guys, if they both come in on the same lap, one guy's going to lose out massively, and that guy's going to be MLT. So I hope these guys are actually working together today, because the McLaren boys seem to find themselves up here quite a lot, getting some good points. But then yeah, looking upon the results they actually get, it goes completely wrong when the points are actually scored. So but Yeah, Uzi now. He was around 9 seconds behind RDB. That gap's now down to about 7.5. So he's hammering into his lead. So here we go, round the final corner again. What's Granty Boy doing? Massively wide, surely. Yeah, he's in there. Nicely done. That's what I like to see. MLT's got to carry on again, but I just want to emphasise there, Granty Boy came into the pits legally there. So yeah, if drivers aren't happy, it does state in the rules that you must be with inside the white line, 2 wheels. So when you're coming in, you must have half on, half off. And drivers coming over the line can find themselves in trouble if drivers report them. So RDB's got through. Uzi's just sneaking through there. So I told you it'd be close, but I didn't realise it'd be that close. But yeah, so we know it's about a 25-second loss here, 24 seconds, and now the race is on. So here we go. Hayes has pitted again. Ooh, that was close. That's excuse me, guy. A little bit of a chuckle, but Hayes is only sort of, what's that, 3.3 seconds ahead of RDB, making the extra pit stop there. So even second place man Hayes, well, net second, got very, very lucky there with the stop. So RDB playing it nicely out here, and the one stop does seem quite good, but we'll see how it goes with 10 to go. Up at the front now in seconds is MLT. He's coming around, and I want to know when this guy's going to pit. His tyres are 14 lap old softs now, so he's got to react now because the undercut is massive. RDB, Uzi and Granty Boy are all going to be past him, and he's going to have it all to do, but they're all going to close up on each other. So what is he doing? He is in, but we're going to jump back on board with Uzi, who has got Granty Boy all over him, who is on a set of super soft compound tyres. Ooh, getting a bit close for comfort there. Just take your time. Don't want to be barging each other about now. DRS is open. MLT is just about to get past. Uzi not really fighting it, so the first one out of there. Granty Boy got it done. It looks like it, but Granty Boy picking up a time penalty there. Not nice to see. Uzi looking to come straight back at him on the exit there from 2. He's down the inside. Has he got it done? Nice. This is absolutely superb driving between the pair. Oh, the more better for RDB up ahead as well, because that gap's now 6 seconds. It was about 5.5, 5. Uzi nearly losing the car. The McLaren's surely got it done now, even before DRS. Without it, it's just going to make it easy. A little bit of bumping wheels there. Is the McLaren? No, he's sending it. He's going up the inside. Uzi holding it all the way round the outside. Fantastic. Comes the inside outside now, and the McLaren. Is he just squeezed through? Uzi's still there. No, Uzi's still there. The inside for the right-hander. Take it steady, guys. When we've seen cars together around here, one's ended up in the wall. Not this time. This is allowing MLT to absolutely monster into the gap of lead. These 2 drivers pulled out on him from the pit stop window, but now that gap's only about 5 seconds, so he's taking chunks. Uzi's made a massive moment very, very late in the breaks into that corner there, coming around the penultimate corner. No, nothing there. Uzi's fighting for his life here, and RDB's got to be loving this. It's allowing him to get away, but Uzi's made a little bit of a mistake covering the outside line for turn 1. This is going to allow Granty Boy to get the move done easy, switching and swapping everywhere. There's MLT in the background. Granty Boy, as he kept it all together now, he has this time. Uzi still there, just about within DRS range, so he's got to keep it all together. But this has allowed MLT behind to close the gap up now to around 4 seconds, just over, about 4.2. So no, it's 4 now. So it's all getting interesting here as the race goes off. But there's RDB now, just in front of Granty Boy. Granty Boy he was just outside of DRS, and Uzi's outside of DRS with him. So here's the cork in the bottle. RDB, what type of mood he's in. The rear of the car doesn't look very happy at all, but the driver could be a different story altogether. He's not going to make this easy at all. So here we go, right-handed kink. two-car battle could turn into a four-car battle at any moment now. Oh, RDB nearly taking too much curb. The McLaren sends it straight down the inside, not waiting about at all. RDB gives the space, tries to keep it around the outside there. Don't know, RDB nearly loses it, but the McLaren driver may have been a bit touch rude there. He meant to be leaving the car's width on the outside, but if RDB's happy with that, we'll let it be. But the next driver now, Uzi, about a second behind RDB now, so RDB actually hasn't given up, has he? He's found something from somewhere. Still got the DRS. I don't think it's enough, because I think the super soft tyres now will keep it all together. Yeah, what's RDB got through the corners? Taking the apex quite nicely there, actually. No, may have just lost it a little bit, but yeah, there's the second McLaren in the background. Now we're on board with Uzi. Uzi looking, I would have thought, to get RDB past done this lap. He's looking at it now. RDB's probably thinking, where did you come from? What are you doing? But here, have some of the DRS now. RDB's being absolutely mugged. I don't know what's going on. We know he likes his straight line speed, so he'll be probably untouchable down here, but that's going to allow MLT DRS now. Surely it has. And he's absolutely flying past RDB. This ain't normal. RDB must be having an off day, I swear to God. But yeah, here we go. MLT on a set of super soft compound tyres, as well as Sun sets a 1:32.2 out in the lead in the Toro Rosso. He's comfortable enjoying his time. He's probably on vacation mode shortly. But yeah, this is the closest battle on track now, and I believe Uzi, he's fighting it a little bit, but MLT will be dying to get back up to his teammate. Obviously, the first driver on track you want to beat is your teammate, so we'll see how this goes. But there you can see in the distance, that is the McLaren of Granny Boy. Uzi might be just starting to cost MLT a bit of time here. But MLT, if he can fight his way up to a podium position, he'd be happy with that, serving a one-shot qualifying ban. And fair play to him if he can get it done. But yeah, lap 20 now. RDB dropping off this little battle. MLT not even thinking about it down into turn 1. It looks like he's got a bit more downforce on the car over Uzi in front in the Ferrari, but RDB just picking up a 3-second time penalty there, so really not his day today. But been away for a while, comes back, and thought he was looking quite good, and then moments happen, but that was the same as Luke Skywalker, so just an unfortunate thing. Sometimes when you have a little moment, it can just wreck your whole race and you're not happy, and I believe that's what it's done to RDB today. But here we go, down the back straight. Uzi's made his move, he's weaved, not liking this. McLaren looking to go all the way around the outside, does it easily and some. Uzi looking for a flying exit maybe. Not quite there, he's in the slipstream though. We'll see how this goes. But the next car up the road for MLT is Granny Boy, and the front four, it's 2 Toro Rossos, 2 McLarens, so those two teams working quite nicely at the moment throughout this season. But with the McLarens, when they get close together on track, fireworks. So yeah, watch this shortly. If MLT can get there, it's going to get interesting, and Granny Boy's not one to make it easy for him. So yeah, Uzi now dropping off a little bit, just staying within DRS though, so if he can sort of stay thereabouts, be interesting, because the tyres will come back to him as those supers go off as well. We're getting to that type of range. Uzi's got 6 lap old softs. The supers are the 2 McLarens in front, 4 and 5 laps off, so give it another couple of laps, sort of start to balance each other's wear levels out, and they go from there. And RDB now, whatever's gone on or clicked in his head, something has, because he's absolutely flying. He's dropped off like a sack of potatoes, and now he's found some grip or something from somewhere, or he's passed the controller to his brother or something. But RDB looking like a very aggressive driver at the moment, so nicely done, sweeping through the apexes there. Uzi might find himself in a bit of trouble here. We'll see what RDB's got down the straight now. It's a nice shot, that was, actually. He's enjoying that. But yeah, flying down here. I don't think RDB's got it for the braking zone. He might though, he's getting there. It's going to be a Ricardo. It's a Ricardo S. It's not quite pulled it off. Looking for the switchback. Is he going to get it done? No, he's too much either right thumb or right index finger, or right foot. But the 2 McLarens up ahead are now getting all so close. So it's all kicking off in the final few laps, or 5 laps should I say, of this race. Is RDB going to send one? Uzi defends like mad. The two McLarens line astern. RDB getting pretty close. Don't want to miss one of these. But the McLarens are up first, so no, Uzi, yeah, he's got it there. I'll say that's pretty much covered, but the two McLarens will be the first ones with DRS. Just check on the progress of the two behind. God knows where RDB's pace has come from all of a sudden, but he's either woke up or he's on something. Whatever it is, it's kicked him into life. But the two McLarens down into turn 1, not really close enough. Then we're looking back at this, these two not really close enough either, so it's going to all be about sector 1 and who can and who can't do what. The two McLarens again not looking like they're going to swap. The McLarens looking like they're running an awful lot of rake there. That's one thing I have noticed. RDB, is he pushing him yet? Near enough. There we go, two McLarens, MLT trying to get the better exit, done it nicely. I believe he is going to get a run at his teammate this time round. RDB, where are you going? Whoa, that was close. We caught that nicely on the camera, but we're back up to the two McLarens. MLT's got it done. Granny boy, has he got anything down into the chicane? A bit of weaving from the drivers. It's all fair as fair, but MLT is now into 3rd place. Can Granny boy take anything back? It looks like he's actually lost out even more there, because he looks to be about 3 car lengths behind. So MLT absolutely flying. It would seem the later you leave the pit stop, the better it is. RDB's gone now. Is that a DNF? Or has he lost it? Is it a frustrating retirement? Who knows? But it's all calmed down a minute again. I said it'd all kick off. It's just a shame Luke Smywalker couldn't keep his head, keep his cool, because he would have been the real test for the drivers up at the front as well. And then RDB, if he didn't have his moment, would have been further up, and then the battle would have all squeezed together towards the end. But that's how you'd love your racing to go, but majority of the time that's not how racing goes. So it's all about the McLarens now. Closest pair on track. Can Granty boy take the fight back to MLT? He's staying within DRS, as you saw there. MLT picking up a time penalty. Granty boy picking up one also. Uzi in the background thinking, hey, let's not make it free for all. So yeah, all 3 of them getting a time penalty in the same corners there, so not good. Time penalties could actually be crucial. That's why Granty boy may be absolutely giving it as much as he can on his 1 lap older super softs, if he's possibly just trying to stay within that window of the penalty. But he's just dropped outside the DRS, or has he got it? It's flashing for me. He ain't got his DRS open though, so probably just outside it, but he definitely got a bit of slipstream there. And see if he can take the fight back to his teammate. He is holding on nicely. He's just losing a couple of attempts here and there and bringing it back now and then, so the tyres may be starting to kick it in with their wear. That's how much 1 lap wear can make. I mean, I've had it in a race where you go for the undercut, and if you don't get in front, you've got no hope, because they can just ease away at a later date. Excuse me. So yeah, lap 24. We'll give you a quick rundown of the order, because it's all calmed down in a second. Rick Sammy picking up a time penalty again there, but again another driver that's quietly gone about his business and now finds himself in 6th place. So fair play to him, keep it going. That's 8 points for you, mate, that you didn't have at the start of the race, so crack on. But yeah, up in the lead, we haven't seen much of him because he just gets on about it, and apart from when we see him go off and make up his own track, his son. So yeah, then into 2nd place is his teammate and challenger for the title, Hayes, and I don't know what this man's got to do, but his teammate seems absolute phenomenal at the moment. So yeah, it's interesting to see what Hayes has got. I think I said it out in Canada, once we hit the European tracks he may find something. Well, France is the first one, it is new, so Austria will be the test next time out. But yeah, Hayes maybe just starting to feel the pressure of trying to take the fight to his teammate, but it's a long season, you never know what can happen. Then we go back to MLT in 3rd, who's had quite a little eventful race. Started in 10th, found himself into 3rd. He's 2-stopped it, and looking quite good. Fair play to him. But the McLarens this time, it was a little bit tense, but no contact, so they've got it all together and they're working as a team, so fair play. Take the fight to the Toro Rossos where you can and damage limitation. So yeah, and then moving on from that, you got Granty boy, qualified quite well, but it all hasn't panned out for him. A couple of DNFs have helped him out, and he's just bringing the car home now. We are on lap 25, guys, but then down from that was Uzi, who, I don't know, I reckon if he wouldn't have had whatever drama it was, it did look like he had a lot of understeer after a moment. We didn't catch that moment completely, and may have damaged his front wing, but from our point of view he didn't have any damage, and it looked like a routine stop, but we didn't actually stay on board to see if the front wing was changed. But his race could have been a whole lot different if the little dramas up at the front end of the start of the race wouldn't have really happened in the opening 3 or 4 laps. But then moving on down to Ricky Sammy, he's a man, as I say, quietly goes about his business, and you know, he's picking up the points, and yeah, just a bit of information for that. That's why I tell drivers, never stop racing. It doesn't matter if you're 5 laps down, 10 laps, whatever. If you're in a race and in a point scoring position, it's always going to help you towards the end of the season, because we're going to discuss a few things with the admins behind the scenes of how we may be changing how people pick their car. So it's one thing I will tell drivers, because one of the options we've got in line on our list of 3 is about finishing in driver championship position. So you don't get to pick your teammate, but you get to pick your car, and your teammate's still random. So it's another way of keeping it fair, but drivers then are driving for something, racing for something, if you will. And yeah, so bear in mind, guys, listen to me when I say every point counts, because you never know when there's going to be a change. And we will be making a change to how car selection works this season for next in preparation, and it'll probably be all announced and reviewed around Christmas time. But we just need to all confirm it between the admins, and then go from there. So, but moving on from that, make sure you score your points, and we'll see how it goes. But Sun now, he's on lap 26, nice and steady, coming through the final sector there. Is that Granny? Granny Boy might be falling into the trap of Uzi here, so we need to keep an eye on these two around the final lap. But yeah, Sun just come around the penultimate corner just about now, and then into the final. But we're going to stay on board with him, because we haven't done it a few races, because in the last few races around like Monaco, Spain and others, there's been a bit of dramatics and whatnot kicking off. So yeah, we're going to stick on board with the leader for once. Makes a change. So Sun on his final lap, lap 27. He's driven a pretty perfect race. Him and M. Doran had his little moments over the front, but M. Doran wasn't able to make any impact on Sun. So Sun really proving he's got what it takes to race with some of the quick guys at UFR. So fair play. Top driver. And well, if Sun and Hayes keep this up, Toro Rosso are going to be constructor champions, I'd say by about Spa, well, in between Spa and Singapore, if the other teams aren't careful. I mean, the only team is McLaren trying to take the fight to him. So, and with the DNFs, it's not looking good. 2 Renault drivers out, M. Doran, Luke Smywalker and RDB. So yeah, so some teams have got to take the fight to him. So, but we'll see how it goes as the season unfolds, because you never know what can happen in racing. Anything can. So Sun, fantastic little driver. He's just going to increase his lead here this evening in preparation for round 9 Austria next week. And from what I've seen, you can't really fault the guy's driving. Maybe just wants to follow the rule where he's meant to be coming in the pits, because if he does get reported for that, that is a heavy time penalty that you would receive. But yeah, drivers need to be aware that you must keep one wheel inside the pit lane at all times, preferably all 4, but Sun gets a little bit wayward there. But yeah, white line there, keep one wheel inside the white line when entering and exit. But here comes Sun up to the line, and it's a lovely little victory in France this evening. Hayes 42 seconds behind his teammate. He must be scratching his head inside that helmet thinking, what have I got to do to take the fight to him? Or maybe he's just happy being the number 1-2 driver. I mean, we will get some Q&As out to the driver over the festive period, guys, Christmas as they call it, because we will be having a shutdown break. Dates will be revealed. Where are we now? Yeah, give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, or 2 weeks tomorrow actually, make it Friday, and we'll be revealing dates of the shutdown period. But Hayes coming up to the line to take second place, and that's about all he can do at the moment, taking a fight to his teammate. And then we got MLT not too far behind in third. An absolutely fantastic little drive there, and he should be weaving around and be happy with that, because that was a great little comeback from your one-shot quali band. And then in fourth is Granty Boy in the second McLaren, and he's done a little bit of a nice job there. Penalties were obviously too much. Uzi would seem there were no swaps of positions, but we'll get the official game result shortly of any changes. But you see Uzi finished fifth, so all cars were stationary in their positions there. So yeah, the drivers will be up on the podium now, celebrating. Another 1-2 for Toro Rosso, looking superior over everyone else at the moment. That Honda power has really injected something on the game. But fair play to him, fair play to Sun, fair play to Hayes. Congratulations, 1-2. You're the team to beat at the moment with the McLaren driver there. Yeah, I think MLT would be really happy with the results. So, I mean, driver of the day for me would be MLT. He's had a nice little drive, served his penalty, and delivered the result no matter what. Could have been a different race if he didn't have the penalty in the first place. But hey, that's racing, and that's what stewards are there for. So, here's your final results, and I'd just like to say fair play to Hayes. I always like to see a driver not pick up a penalty, so congratulations, fella. It's good to see a clean race. So, but yeah, final standings go like this, unless the stewards say otherwise. It's Sun in first, Hayes in second, MLT third. So there's your podium sitters. Granty Boy in fourth, Uzi in fifth, and Ricky Sammy picking up sixth place. And the final points paying position today, and he's got up to himself 8 points. So fair play, Ricky. You know, it's those points that build up for constructors and whatnot in the end anyway. So yeah, but as I said, this has been an official Front Row Racing League. You can find us on Facebook, and we have a league on Thursday, that's today, and we also have one on a Sunday. So start time's the same on a Sunday, the only difference is we run full qualifying. So we've got a couple of seats open in the Sunday league. If you're interested in joining, drop us a message. And we've got 3 seats open. Drivers not able to turn up at the moment for Thursday, so we've got 3 seats open. And yeah, drop us a message and we'll get you on track with these guys as soon as possible. But yeah, as I said, watch out, 2 weeks tomorrow. We'll release a post with what's going on through Christmas with the racing, and because there will be a shutdown for about a week, so we can regroup, get some things set up, because after Christmas we'll only have about 8 rounds to go, I think, so possibly around about that mark, 7 or 8 rounds, and we can start getting everything lined up for Christmas. But keep your eyes on the page in a couple of weeks, because the information will be released with dates and what's up and coming and whatnot. And then over Christmas period we will be releasing some more information with the shutdown period for a week, with what's going ahead forward into season 2, so drivers know where they stand with only 8 races to go. So this has been France round 8 of UFR. It's been a nice little fight. Could have been more entertaining if a few drivers didn't drop it on the exit right hander there on the curb, but hey ho, see how that goes. And other than that, I've been coming to get you 85, and this has been an official Front Row Racing League, and we will catch you next week in Austria round 9, and take care till then. Bye.